All right, I am going to get this thing started. Again, welcome to the Bike Cooperative Freedom to Ride webinar. We're joined by Kimberly Narducci and Monica Pidell from Synchrony. Did I say that right, Monica?
Yeah.
Okay, great. From Synchrony, they are our Synchrony uh, support team. They work directly with Bike Co-op members. They help to get the Freedom to Ride program up and running. They help to provide resources and tools, marketing. They've been with us now for, I think we're going on 6, 8 months now, working with us, 10 months, something like that. It's been a long time, and we've been very happy with the support that they've provided. Some of you probably met them out at CABDA. They joined us at CABDA Midwest back in February, and they are awesome. They're here to support us and help us out. So I'm Matt with the Bike Cooperative, by the way. I didn't say it. I'm sure that I've talked to many of you all before. So the goal of today's webinar is kind of refresh, get up and running. Season is here. It's April 3rd right now. So if you're not selling bikes already, they're going to start coming in quick and fast. So let's use the Freedom to Ride program to help leverage your tools and resources to increase your margin, increase your customer retention, get those customers back in store, upsell, and kind of get things going. So I am going to pass it off to Kimberly and Monica now, and you guys can take it away.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks so much again. I'll piggyback off of Matt. I appreciate you guys joining in. I'm hoping to give you guys just some little refreshers that are going to help you drive your business. So let's go and talk what we're going to discuss. So financing, stats, we're going to talk about best practices, really how to understand direct device so that you can process as many applications as possible. We're going to walk you through the marketing playbook, our resource email that we send out, and then additional helpful links that we think are going to help you drive your business. So let's talk about like why we do what we do, right? So we have a 67% approval. Average credit line approved is 5,700. Average first ticket is about 3,000. And so we want to make sure that we are offering the exact same experience to every single customer that walks through our doors. And so the way that we do that is by making sure if they're utilizing a Synchrony home card, how do we give them the support that they need? So, and this also helps you build up your customer list whenever you open applications. This is a really great way to just generate leads in the future and help you drive continual revenue into your shops. Some best practices that we have is just, again, greeting in the beginning. If a customer is only asked about financing at the end of a transaction, by that time they've gone through all product knowledge, choosing which bike is going to be best for them, understanding warranty programs, understanding any replacement or repair that may need to happen. So they're done. They've spent a couple of hours in your shop just trying to figure out what they're looking for. So the best thing to do is just to kind of build it through the entire transaction. Again, start off, mention early, mention often in the beginning, and then do it throughout the entire customer journey. Try to figure out exactly what they're looking for so you know what options are going to be the best for them. Demonstrate, break it down by payment so the customer understands exactly how much they're paying over time. And perhaps the best part about doing that is that it breaks it up for the customer. And so they may come in with the idea of getting a particular bike that may be a good bike. But if they get pre-qualified and they realize how much they have to spend, they may choose a better bike or a better option for them that might last them a little longer and give them longer rides. So something to think about, and then educate them on the product. So we have several different resources that you can communicate to a customer. We always talk about how do you teach your customers to work the program, do what's best for them, how to pay off without any interest if you're offering deferred interest programs, to make sure that you're doing what's best for your customers and giving them options about financing. But it also builds trust with your customers as well. And then again, the close will be much easier because you will have talked about it with your customers throughout the entire process. So asking if they want to choose financing, that is the close to close the deal. And I think when you think about what is best for them, it comes across a lot easier than to have a hard sell and sharing value. It's not about pushing a credit product. It's just about sharing value. And when you go through these additional steps, that's what you're portraying to your customers that walk in.
Kimberly, can I go
Yeah.
back to that last slide for a second? I wanted to, interject a couple of things about the greet and discover that you mentioned. What you said is totally right. And I think that, as bicycle retailers, kind of think about that, discovering what the customer needs as far as financing option, I think is huge because like you said, a customer might come into a store with a budget in mind, thinking, what can they afford that day? Now, if you went back to that first slide, you said that the average first time ticket is over $3,000,
Yep.
which I would say that most, I mean, I don't know, but I don't think every customer is coming into the store thinking that $3,000 is what they're going to spend that day, but being offered financing is likely increasing the potential ticket that customer was going to walk away with because they have that ability to pay it off over time. So I think that those two steps are huge. And as retailers, think about that. If you take a look at your point of sale system or your statistics for your numbers, what's your average non-finance sale ticket compared to what the average Freedom to Ride finance sale is? Because I think that is a very easy opportunity to gain some revenue and margin.
Absolutely. So again, like the ways that we do it is just introducing it. So mention early, mention often, asking if they have a Synchrony home card. The beautiful thing about this particular program is that if they apply, they get a Freedom to Ride Synchrony home card in your location. However, this also opens up by utilizing the home program with us, this opens you up to an entire 5 million card holder base that we have that may have a Mattress Firm card or a Lovesac card. They can utilize those cards in your shop. So asking if they have a Synchrony home card is really easy for you to open up and to sell some product, but just by checking they're open to buy and just asking that one simple question. And again, it lets you know where you stand and it allows you to figure out, hey, do I need to continue and tell them the benefits of financing, or do they have it and I just need to see how much they have open to buy and maybe initiate a credit line increase. But it gives you a starting point to kind of talk through. Again, gauging your customers' needs by going through the 5 steps that we just mentioned before. And then never assume that they don't want financing. I think a lot of times we will put in our head what we think a customer wants to spend or what isn't enough for financing. And I worked in retail for 20 years. So that is the worst assumption that you can ever make because you have no idea what's happening that could cause them to want to initiate financing. There could be several reasons. And then again, it also allows them to utilize your Freedom to Ride card that they open up in your shop and they could go use it to later on buy a couch or do flooring. Like they can utilize it throughout our program. So it's not a one and done for them. This is a multifaceted product that they can utilize over time. And then just 75% of our cardholders, whenever they're looking at a major purchase, it changes their decision. And 1 in 4 Americans have a Synchrony card. So that is something to think about when thinking about understanding the brand that's behind the financing program, the trust that comes along with that, and then pairing it with the customer service in your shops. All of those things marry very well together. When we think about the reasons why a customer likes financing, it always gives them an opportunity to manage their cash flow better and figure out how they want to budget for the things that they want in their lives, any additional upgrades. So again, this allows you guys to sell warranty programs or service programs. And then again, cash flow management that allows them to do it. So mention it in the greeting during the product selection and always close it out at the end. So we're going to talk about just how easy this is. And I think a lot of times we think we have to get behind a terminal in order to process an application, and that's simply not true. One of the beautiful things about our program is that you can initiate to the customer. Either you can send it through their email so that they can process the application on their phones, or you can have QR codes, and you can order signage through Business Center and through their supplies, where they can just scan a QR code and process the application. So this helps you in a couple of different ways. One, it allows the customer to keep their private information on their phone and not have to share it out loud if you have a busy Saturday and you're trying to process an application. But two, it allows your people out on the floor to multitask with customers. So if you're allowing somebody to process an application on the phone, you can go greet another customer that's looking at another additional piece of product. So it really allows the freedom of choice, and it allows movement through your store and for all customers to be engaged out on the floor. So, but direct to device is simply a fast and convenient process for your customers to apply and ultimately buy product in your store. Some of the benefits, again, it's contactless, same underwriting as point of sale. So they're going to get geo-located into your location. So they're going to still get the credit lines that they need. You don't have to worry about paper applications, which is fantastic. You reduce time of your sales associates having to be stuck behind a terminal. It allows you to create more time to sell product, and reduces your associates' exposure to a customer's personal information. The customer, again, they get it on their phone. We also have a thing called Prove, so it automatically sends in all of that information directly into the customer's phone. So your application process is 1 to 3 minutes at most, and allows a fast and easy approval for them. When we talk about how it works with Business Center, so either they scan the QR code through signage that's going to be displayed throughout your store, or if you go into Business Center and you go into apply application, it's going to give you two options. So it's going to say complete on this device, which means you'll complete on the terminal through Business Center, or you'll say send to customer's device. You'll enter in the customer's email, the initial amount of the sale. So this is what we call an RSA, or requested sales amount. You're going to make sure that you put in what they want to buy, but also what's realistic, right? So we want to get them the credit line so that they can get everything that they need. And if they're making a choice between two bikes, always go with what the higher outcome of the higher bike would be, so that they have freedom of choice to choose which is going to be the best fit for them. And then the employee ID. Now, when you get here, this is all just kind of telling you the same thing I just walked you through. And then enter your email address, your requested sales amount. And then it's going to ask you to send it to the customer. So your QR code that's going to come up on your Business Center, they can either scan that on their phone or get it through email. But the important thing to know is that QR code is only going to be active for 7 days. After that, the application is going to go null. So you want to make sure that that application gets processed as soon as possible. And then this just kind of walks you through the flow of what the customer is going to see on their device. So it's going to allow them to apply through the link. It's going to ask them their name, and then they're going to enter in the last 4 of their social and their data or their annual income. And then once they enter those things, then it will automatically pre-populate that information, and it's going to say, is all of this correct? It may or may not be correct. Most of the time it is. However, sometimes if people have moved and it doesn't pull the exact information, they may need to go in and change. And there's just a little pencil that they can go in and edit and change their information to make sure it's all accurate. And then they can proceed with the application process. They'll get the terms and conditions. They can approve that. And then it'll automatically show their card at the end. They have 2 things that they can do here. Either they can take a screenshot of their account number and their credit line for you, or they'll also get a reminder email that they'll get that they can go back and log in and get their account information. And an additional piece, you can also go and do an account lookup immediately and pull their account if you need to, if for any reason they don't get email or you don't have service. And then really all it is just how you complete the sale. So then you'll just select your program, you'll put a purchase through, you'll enter the account number, and then process the sale accordingly. But it's as simple as that. It's one of the most easy ways to process an application. It's frictionless, it's contactless, and it allows you to service multiple customers at the same time. I will say that doing it this way is so beneficial to being able to make sure you get the exact credit lines that you need for your customer and be able to close more sales more often.
I would also highly recommend to really leverage the QR code. If you're not doing the QR code already, it is such a quick and easy way to increase your applications, because in addition to your sales staff, championing the program and talking about the program, just having it listed on the hang tags or at the checkout or on the door when they walk in or on any POP that you have around the store, that's giving that customer a little added incentive to apply right then and there. It makes things so much easier. So if you think about the whole goal of financing is to increase those tickets, you want to promote it, you want your staff to promote it, but you also want to make it as quick and seamless as possible. And there's going to be some cases where a customer comes in, sees that financing is available, and is just going to go ahead and scan that QR code to start the process without even chatting with a customer or with a sales staff. So it's highly beneficial to get that done, and you can get those downloaded right through Business Center. So please, if you haven't done it yet, I highly recommend it.
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is just our marketing playbook. And so we have a resource email that we can do this, and we can also send this to you guys as well. We'll also link it out in the actual deck that Matt will be sharing, or we'll post, I think. Are you going to post or share?
We are going to do both. We are going to send out this whole recording into one of our newsletters, and we'll have the deck included as well, and it'll also sit on our member center.
Beautiful. So I can't say enough about this particular resource because it just allows you to know all the tips and tricks to help drive your business and make the most out of the financing program for you guys and for your customers to be able to have line of sight to. So the first thing I wanted to discuss is just the customer list. So when you process an application, you are automatically adding that customer into your customer list. And as they start to pay down, it will show you their open to buy that they have, and allows you guys to sell additional products. You can market out to them for their birthdays. You can utilize this in several different ways, but think of this as your own little lead generator. To be able to engage with customers that come through your door that have processed applications to follow up with, to make sure that they're happy with their product. It is really just a great resource for you guys to utilize. And I think it's one of the things that gets not capitalized on as often as it should. So I wanted to make sure that we brought this to your attention to utilize. The best way to do this is if you log into Business Center, you'll go under Management Tools and then to My Customer List, and you will see everything there. And you can even search customers out if you need to, or download it to an Excel sheet. The next is the Business Locator. So if you guys have not already utilized this, we have at Synchrony what we call a marketplace. And so it allows all 5 million cardholders to go to this marketplace. And if they are searching for something in particular that is within our Synchrony Home business, then it shows every shop that they can use their cards at. And we want to make sure that your business is positioned appropriately in order to utilize this. So you can go into Business Center and go under, I think it's Business Admin, Monica. I think it's Business Admin.
Yeah, like under your profile. So where you can edit your business name and address, phone number, you'll see it at the very bottom where it says business locator.
Okay, and then in there, you'll go in and you'll select all the things that you sell within your shop so that customers are aware. That way, if they're looking for something in particular, it will automatically populate your name. And the customer goes in, they put in their zip code, and they can filter out for what they're looking for. And then it populates your business. So it comes and it just drives additional traffic into your store without you guys having to do much on your end. Oh, here, this walks you through. So again, go to admin, business information, and then business locator information. And then you'll just go in and there's a drop-down box that I believe you can go under fitness and just select all the things you sell in your shop. That way you populate accordingly.
And just to kind of clarify a little bit about what the home network is as far as bicycle retailers, the Bike Cooperative is part of CCA Global Partners, which works with flooring and carpeting retailers, amongst other, home type businesses, which is great. So that if a customer goes to one of our Carpet One or Flooring America retailers, signs up with financing through them, they now can use that same card at, one of the Bike Cooperative Freedom of Ride stores. So you can capture card holders that may not have gotten a Freedom of Ride card from you, but are part of the home network. Now, this is different than other Synchrony cards, so it's not the same as like the Synchrony Sport card, for instance. So someone who has a Synchrony Sport card can't come into, your
Right.
store or any of the flooring stores. They have to be part of the home network. So it opens up your stores to a whole other, group of people that, may not have been aware, that you may not have been aware of. So it's a great way of, expanding your audience and getting more customers into your store and having those resources available to you.
Sport card is a lot smaller of a demographic than the Synchrony home network that Freedom to Ride is on.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. So again, this talks a little bit more about the digital application, but really how you implement this and utilize this particular tool will be, you can get marketing through here that you can display. You can also get stickers of the QR code that you can put on clipboards, or you can even put on the back of your terminals for a customer to scan if you need to. You can put it on quotes. You can do whatever you need to, but it also gives you our OCA link that you can put onto your websites and drive applications online. This is huge because it allows customers to pre-qualify. So this is a soft check on their credit, and it just lets them know what they're eligible for. It's not a guarantee of what they'll be approved for, but it does give a good guesstimate of what they're likely to get approved for. And then they can proceed to pursue that application further. It will let them know they're getting a hard check on their credit, and then it will proceed through the same application process and flow exactly that way. Then once they apply online, it will also show you that in Business Center. So if you come in the next day, you can see who processed an application online. And if there's anybody new there on your customer list, then you can reach back out to them and see if they had any questions and get them into the shop so that they can make a purchase. But a great resource for you guys to be able to utilize. And if you're not sure what that looks like, or if you're thinking of maybe your website isn't where customers are shopping, but you're curious and getting into that space, please connect with Monica and myself. We are happy to kind of walk you through that integration process to get you set up. That is something that we offer to all dealers. So if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out and we can kind of help you walk through that process so we can streamline your sales process in your online businesses.
A couple of quick things on that too. Great reminders, putting the application on your website and marketing the Freedom to Ride card on your website is huge. Again, you want to try to get the option out as early and often to your customers so that they know that it is a purchasing option. And then as far as the e-com is concerned, as Kimberly was just mentioning, we have a very streamlined process. If you're on Shopify for e-com right now, I don't say we, but Kimberly and Monica can very quickly get you set up to offer consumer financing through online. If you're not on Shopify yet, there's ways that we might be able to figure that out. But that's a conversation that we'll have to have a little bit deeper with Kimberly and Monica on. But definitely, if you're on Shopify already and you want to do online financing, you want to open up that option to your customers, let us know as soon as possible. And what do you guys think? Something like
2
10,
weeks.
14 days to be able to offer online financing as an option to your customers is pretty stellar. So spring is here, another great tool to use to increase your revenue.
And it's minimal effort on your end. Like everything that we do for the integration process is in-house. And then it's really just a few clicks on your side to get the widget up and running and that complete apply and buy process straight through your website.
And then Monica, the custom build is 2 months. Is that 8 weeks?
It can range from 6 to 8 weeks. Yes. So if it is, we do have custom integration options, but it does take a bit of a process in that sense. And we are working with our integration team to see what else we can do, like with Workstand and other known point of sale systems in the biking space. So we're hoping to see some future enhancements on that 6 to 8 week process.
And then again, just kind of answers at your fingertips. So this just lets you know all the resources you can get, the quickest help in your business when it comes to financing, the things that we can do to kind of help you. This is an at your fingertips. You'll be able to kind of just navigate on your own. And if all else fails, you have Monica and myself to help you at any point. And guide you to the right directions in order to be able to maximize this. In addition to the marketing playbook, and what I didn't add in here was we also have language. So if you are posting offers on your website, we have proper language to just basically copy and paste and fill in the blank with your program card. That way we can make sure you're having the correct disclosures displayed. However, if you have any questions, Monica and I are here to kind of help you and make sure that we can navigate that situation along with you so that we can make sure your customers are well informed of what they're signing up for. The other thing, Monica has this amazing resource that she sends out in any kind of call or follow-up, but it just gives you the hits, I guess. That is the best way to kind of go around. So this has your payment calculator. This is where we were talking about all you have to do is enter in the total sales amount for the customer, and it will calculate depending on the promo that you're using. You just select the correct promo that you're doing, enter in the total amount, and it will calculate what those minimum payments are going to look like for that customer. I have so many people that come to me and are like, Kim, how do I calculate what they're paying each month? You don't have to worry about any of that. We have a resource for you to do it. And you can just save it and bookmark it. That way you can easily access and be able to communicate to your customers accordingly. And if you have a cell phone, you can put it on your cell phone too and be able to do your payment calculator that way as well. It also has our rate sheets, the link to the marketing playbook that we just walked through, directions on direct to device, how to log into Business Center, and then our marketing asset repository, which has that OCA link for you guys and assets that you can order for in your store. And then again, these are all clickable links as well as the page before. So this just gives you guys actual resources that you can click on and explore. And if you have any questions, Monica and I are here. And then last but not least, in case you forget who we are, we are here at the bottom and you can connect with us at any point. Any additional questions? I'll open it up to you guys if you have any questions for us.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, the chat function is open. Feel free to chat something in, and I will posit it to Kimberly and Monica. All right, it looks like everyone is pretty happy with what we went over today. Oh wait, we
Yes.
do have a question come in. Can you guys see that question?
No, it is not. It is not only for Shopify. Shopify is just the 2-week option. If you have a custom POS, we can definitely build that. It just takes us a little bit longer to build that. So if you want to explore what that looks like, send us an email and we'll be happy to reach out and set something up so we can discuss what that looks like and what platform you're using to figure out how long it's going to take to integrate and get set up.
Any other questions? Do you see that? He's saying that
Yep.
the POS, does that matter? I don't think that matters.
No,
correct?
that won't
No.
matter. You're fine.
Now, we would just integrate into your website
Yep.
sales system.
You're welcome. Awesome question. Thank you for asking.
So just to wrap up here, again, thank you, Kimberly and Monica, for going through of all of this today. They are super, motivated to help our retailers, to help the Bike Cooperative, be successful, to use the Freedom to Ride program. We strongly believe that the Freedom to Ride program is such a huge tool for increasing revenue, increasing profit, increasing customer retention. So please, reach out to us, anyone at TBC, Kimberly or Monica, if you have any specific questions, if you have questions about integration, if you need additional training. They've really gone above and beyond to create tools and resources that everyone can use to be as successful as possible. And we want to help the bike, the bike industry really have a strong 2025. There's a lot of challenges out there. There's a lot of things that, we'd like to try to help everyone overcome. So please, let us know how we can help, what information we can provide, and, what you need from us. So again, Kimberly, Monica, thank you so much for the time. Everyone who joined us today, thank you for joining us. We will record this. We will send this out. We will send out the deck as well. So all of you, we certainly appreciate it, and, enjoy the rest of your day.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Have a good one.
guys.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.